Transform Yourself. Daily Habits Shape Your Destiny. Written by Ronnie Rowland. Published by Growth Literacy Lounge. Narrated by Roman Cross. What if I told you that your destiny isn't written in the stars, but in the choices you make today? Your life is the sum of your habits, small, consistent actions that shape your reality and determine your future. This isn't about grand gestures or overnight transformations. It's about the power of everyday decisions to create extraordinary change. We often look at successful individuals and assume they possess some rare talent, unshakable willpower, or sheer luck. But the truth is, their success is built on the same foundation available to all of us: habits. Behind every achievement is a series of deliberate, disciplined actions repeated consistently over time. Whether it's waking up early to work on a goal, prioritizing health, or choosing growth over comfort, these small decisions compound, paving the way for greatness. Transformation, however, is not easy. It requires intention, patience, and perseverance. The world around us is filled with distractions and obstacles that challenge our focus and tempt us to settle for less. That's why this book is designed to be your guide, a roadmap to help you harness the transformative power of daily habits and align them with your deepest aspirations. In the pages ahead, we'll explore the science of habits, the role of mindset, and the environment's influence on your behavior. You'll learn how to identify the habits holding you back and replace them with ones that propel you forward. From understanding the compound effect to cultivating resilience in the face of setbacks, each chapter offers actionable insights to help you become the architect of your destiny. This journey isn't about perfection, it's about progress. You'll face challenges, and there will be moments of doubt. But with the right tools, strategies, and a commitment to growth, you can rise above any limitation. You have the power to shape your life into something extraordinary, starting with the small steps you take today. So are you ready to transform yourself? To embrace the habits that lead to a life of purpose, fulfillment, and greatness? The journey begins now. Each page you turn, each principle you apply, will bring you closer to the future you envision. Let this be the moment you decide to take control and create the life you deserve. Chapter 1. The Power of Small Actions. What if I told you the key to your dream life isn't a giant leap, but a tiny step you take today? We often imagine transformation as a thunderous event, a defining moment when everything changes. Movies and stories celebrate those climactic moments where the hero emerges victorious. But what they rarely show is the real journey, one of countless small, deliberate actions that build up over time. True transformation isn't flashy or instantaneous, it's the result of consistent, incremental changes made day after day. Think about the last time you set a big goal. Maybe it was to get in shape, start a business, or learn a new skill. How did you approach it? If you're like most people, you probably started with enthusiasm, envisioning a dramatic shift in your life. But enthusiasm alone isn't enough. Without sustainable action, that spark quickly fades. What bridges the gap between a dream and reality? The answer lies in the power of small actions. Imagine planting a single seed in the ground. At first, it's invisible, buried beneath the soil. Days pass, and it seems like nothing is happening. But underground, roots are spreading, and with consistent care, watering, sunlight, and patience, a sprout eventually emerges. Over time, that tiny sprout becomes a towering tree. Your habits work the same way. The small actions you take today might seem insignificant, but they're planting seeds for the future. One famous example of this is the 1% rule, often used in personal development. It suggests that if you improve by just 1% each day, the compounded effect over time is extraordinary. For instance, improving by 1% every day for a year results in a 37-fold improvement. Conversely, neglecting to act, even by 1%, leads to decline. Progress and stagnation both happen in small, almost imperceptible increments. Consider the story of a man named James. For years, James struggled with his health. He had tried diets, exercise programs, and motivational seminars, but nothing stuck. One day, instead of overhauling his entire life, he decided to make a single change, drinking a glass of water first thing in the morning. It seemed trivial, almost laughable, but that one habit sparked a cascade of others. Drinking water reminded him to make healthier food choices. Better nutrition gave him more energy, which motivated him to start walking daily. Months later, James was unrecognizable, not because of one massive change, but because of one small action that snowballed. The beauty of small actions is their simplicity. You don't need to have it all figured out. You don't need to see the finish line. All you need is to focus on the next step. What can you do today that brings you closer to your goal? It could be as simple as making your bed, writing down one idea, or walking for 5 minutes. Another advantage of small actions is their sustainability. Grand gestures and big changes can feel overwhelming, leading to burnout. Small actions, however, are manageable and less likely to disrupt your routine. They're the quiet steps that accumulate into a louder impact over time. Transformation begins when you stop waiting for the perfect moment and start acting in the present. Take stock of your daily choices. Are they leading you toward the life you want or away from it? Remember, each day is a fresh opportunity to plant seeds of progress. Your destiny is shaped not by a single leap, but by the small, consistent actions you take daily. The power to transform lies in your hands, ready to be unlocked one step at a time. Chapter 2. Understanding your why. Destiny is meaningless without direction. What's driving you forward? Every journey begins with a reason, a spark that ignites our desire for change. Without a clear understanding of why you want to transform, your efforts risk becoming scattered and aimless. Knowing your why isn't just a motivational cliché, it's the compass that guides you through challenges, setbacks, and moments of doubt. It's the fuel that keeps you moving when the path ahead seems uncertain. Imagine standing at the base of a mountain, staring up at its towering peak. Climbing it will demand effort, resilience, and focus. Without a clear reason for reaching the summit, every step will feel burdensome, and the temptation to give up will be strong. But if you know why you're climbing, whether it's to see the breathtaking view, prove something to yourself, or honor a loved one, the climb becomes purposeful. So, what's your mountain, and why do you want to conquer it? Finding your why starts with self-reflection. Ask yourself these questions. What inspires me? What do I want to achieve, and why does it matter? How will achieving this goal impact my life and the lives of others? Take Sarah, for example. She wanted to get fit, but every time she started an exercise routine, she quit within weeks. Frustrated, she dug deeper. Why did she want to get fit? Initially, her answers were superficial. I want to look good, or I want to fit into my old clothes. While valid, these reasons didn't resonate deeply enough to sustain her commitment. Then she uncovered a more powerful motivation. I want to be healthy so I can play with my kids and watch them grow up. That realization changed everything. Her workouts became less about aesthetics and more about her family. Your why needs to connect with your emotions. It should evoke excitement, pride, or even a sense of urgency. The stronger the emotional tie, the more likely you are to persevere when the going gets tough. Another key to discovering your why is to think about what you want your legacy to be. Fast forward to the end of your life. How do you want to be remembered? What mark do you want to leave on the world? This perspective can help you clarify your core values and align your actions with them. Once you've identified your why, write it down. Be specific. For instance, instead of saying, I want to save money, write, I want to save $10,000 in 2 years so I can travel the world. Place this statement somewhere visible on your desk, bathroom mirror, or phone lock screen. Seeing it daily will remind you of your purpose and keep you focused. But a why isn't static. As you grow and evolve, your motivations might change. That's okay. Revisit and refine your why regularly to ensure it aligns with your current goals and aspirations. Understanding your why also builds resilience. Challenges and distractions are inevitable, but a strong why acts like an anchor, keeping you grounded. When doubt creeps in, return to your why for strength and clarity. Let it remind you of the bigger picture and why you started this journey in the first place. Your why is the foundation of your transformation. It's the deeply personal reason behind your actions, the driving force that fuels your perseverance. Without it, your efforts lack direction. With it, you become unstoppable. Chapter 3. Breaking free from limiting beliefs. The greatest prison is the one we build in our minds. Are you ready to break out? What if the biggest obstacle standing between you and your dreams wasn't the world around you, but the beliefs you hold about yourself? Limiting beliefs are like invisible chains, quietly holding you back while you wonder why progress feels impossible. To transform your life, you must first dismantle these mental barriers. Limiting beliefs often stem from past experiences, societal norms, or the opinions of others. They whisper insidious phrases like "you're not good enough, you'll never succeed," or "that's just the way things are." Over time, these messages become deeply ingrained, shaping how you see yourself and what you believe you're capable of achieving. But here's the truth. These beliefs are not facts. They are stories you've accepted as reality, and they can be rewritten. The first step in breaking free is recognizing these beliefs. Start by listening to the thoughts that arise when you face a challenge or set a goal. What's the voice in your head saying? Is it encouraging you or tearing you down? For instance, if you've always wanted to start a business but hesitate, ask yourself why. Are you afraid of failure? Do you think you lack the skills? Identifying these thoughts helps you pinpoint the beliefs holding you back. Once you've identified a limiting belief, challenge it. Ask yourself, is this belief based on fact or assumption? Where did this belief come from? Is there evidence that contradicts it? Let's consider a real-world example. Jason, a talented writer, believed he couldn't publish a book because he wasn't good enough. When he dug deeper, he realized this belief stemmed from a teacher's harsh critique during his school years. But that single opinion didn't define his talent. Jason decided to test his belief by submitting short stories to magazines. To his surprise, several were accepted, and the positive feedback he received shattered the narrative he'd been holding onto for years. Challenging limiting beliefs is not a one-time process. It's an ongoing practice of catching those negative thoughts, questioning them, and replacing them with empowering ones. Instead of "I can't do this," shift to "I'm learning to do this." Instead of "I always fail," replace it with "every failure is a step closer to success." Affirmations like these may feel awkward at first, but repetition rewires your brain, making them second nature. Visualization is another powerful tool for overcoming limiting beliefs. Picture yourself achieving your goal. What does it feel like? What do you look like? By repeatedly visualizing success, you create a mental blueprint that your brain begins to work toward. The environment also plays a role in breaking free from limiting beliefs. Surround yourself with people who uplift and challenge you, who see your potential even when you don't. Their positivity can be infectious, helping you shift your mindset. Lastly, give yourself permission to fail. Failure is not proof of your inadequacy. It's a natural part of growth. Each setback provides valuable lessons that help you refine your approach. When you stop fearing failure, you take away one of the strongest anchors holding you back. Breaking free from limiting beliefs takes time and effort, but it's a journey worth taking. Every time you challenge a belief, you weaken its grip and create space for new possibilities. Limiting beliefs are not truths. They're stories you've outgrown. By identifying, challenging, and replacing them, you unlock the potential to transform your life. Your greatest freedom lies in rewriting the narrative you tell yourself. Chapter 4. Building Keystone Habits. Some habits unlock the door to your best self. Do you know which ones? Not all habits are created equal. While every positive action contributes to your growth, certain habits, keystone habits, have a unique power to transform multiple areas of your life. These are the foundational routines that create a ripple effect, influencing other behaviors and setting the tone for long-term success. What exactly is a keystone habit? Think of it as the cornerstone of an archway. Remove it, and the structure collapses. Put it in place, and everything else aligns around it. For example, regular exercise is a keystone habit. Beyond physical fitness, it often improves mood, boosts energy, enhances productivity, and even encourages healthier eating. One small habit, countless benefits. The first step in building keystone habits is identifying which ones will have the greatest impact on your life. Ask yourself, what change, if made consistently, would make the biggest difference in my life? Which habit aligns with my goals and values? How might this habit influence other areas of my life? Consider the story of Emma, a college student struggling with procrastination. After some reflection, she realized her mornings set the tone for her entire day. She decided to adopt a keystone habit, starting her day by making her bed. While it seemed trivial, this single act gave her a sense of accomplishment and control. That small win motivated her to tackle her studies with focus and organization. Her grades improved and so did her confidence, all thanks to one seemingly simple habit. Once you've identified a keystone habit, it's time to integrate it into your life. Start small. Big changes can feel overwhelming and lead to burnout. Instead, focus on micro habits, the smallest actionable steps that lead to your goal. If your keystone habit is exercising, begin with a 5-minute walk. Gradually increase the time as it becomes part of your routine. Equally important is consistency. Keystone habits thrive on repetition, and consistency builds momentum. Use tools like habit trackers or set reminders to stay accountable. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small, to reinforce the habit and keep your motivation high. Your environment also plays a critical role in nurturing keystone habits. Create spaces that support your goals. For instance, if reading is your keystone habit, keep books easily accessible. If healthier eating is your aim, stock your kitchen with nutritious foods and remove temptations. It's important to note that building keystone habits isn't always easy. Resistance and setbacks are inevitable. You might skip a day or face unexpected challenges, but that doesn't mean you've failed. What matters is your ability to restart. Approach setbacks with curiosity rather than judgment. Ask yourself what went wrong and how you can improve moving forward. As your keystone habit takes root, you'll notice its ripple effects. Suddenly, other habits start to align naturally. If you commit to regular journaling, for instance, you might also find yourself reflecting more, making better decisions, and managing stress more effectively. The beauty of keystone habits lies in their cumulative power. While the habit itself may seem small, its influence is anything but. Over time, it rewires your behavior, strengthens your discipline, and transforms your mindset. Keystone habits are powerful catalysts for change, influencing multiple aspects of your life. By identifying, nurturing, and committing to these habits, you set the foundation for a life of purpose and progress. Start small, stay consistent, and watch the ripple effects unfold. Chapter 5. The Science of Habit Formation. Why is it so hard to start something new? Habits are the building blocks of transformation, but understanding how they work is key to creating lasting change. Why do some habits stick effortlessly, while others fall apart after a few days? The answer lies in the intricate workings of your brain. When you understand the science of habit formation, you unlock the tools to shape your behavior intentionally. At the heart of habit formation is a neurological process called the habit loop, which consists of 3 components: cue, routine, and reward. Let's break this down. Cue. This is the trigger that prompts your brain to initiate a habit. It could be a time of day, an emotion, or an environmental signal. For instance, seeing your running shoes by the door might signal it's time for a jog. Routine. This is the action you take in response to the cue. In the running example, lacing up your shoes and heading out is the routine. Reward. This is the positive reinforcement your brain receives for completing the routine, like the endorphins after exercise or the satisfaction of accomplishing a goal. The more you repeat a habit loop, the more ingrained it becomes. Over time, your brain starts to associate the cue with the reward, and the habit becomes automatic. However, creating new habits can be challenging because your brain is wired for efficiency. It prefers familiar patterns that conserve energy, even if those patterns aren't beneficial. This is why breaking old habits or starting new ones requires conscious effort initially. It's like carving a new path through dense forest. To make habit formation easier, start by identifying your cues. Pay attention to your environment and routine. What triggers your current habits, both good and bad? If you want to adopt a new habit, link it to an existing cue. For example, if you want to meditate daily, pair it with a habit you already have, like brushing your teeth. This is called habit stacking and is an effective way to integrate new behaviors into your routine. Another powerful strategy is to make the routine as simple and appealing as possible. Start small to minimize resistance. If your goal is to exercise, begin with 5 push-ups a day. Once the habit feels natural, you can gradually increase the intensity. Equally important is the reward. Your brain craves positive reinforcement, so celebrate each small win. Rewards don't have to be extravagant. A moment of self-praise or ticking off a habit tracker can suffice. The key is to associate the routine with a positive outcome. But what about bad habits? Breaking them involves disrupting the habit loop. Identify the cue and replace the routine with a healthier alternative. For instance, if stress triggers you to snack mindlessly, try replacing it with a quick walk or deep breathing exercises. Over time, your brain will rewire to associate the cue with the new routine and reward. It's also worth noting that consistency is more important than perfection. Missing a day doesn't mean you failed. It's the persistence over time that matters. James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, emphasizes the 2-minute rule. Make your habits so simple it's impossible to fail. Instead of reading 50 pages, aim for 2. Instead of a full workout, commit to putting on your gym clothes. These small actions lower the barrier to entry, increasing your chances of success. Lastly, remember that habits are a reflection of identity. If you see yourself as someone who exercises or a disciplined person, your actions will naturally align with that belief. Focus on becoming the type of person who embodies the habits you want to build. Habits form through a cycle of cue, routine, and reward. By understanding this process and leveraging strategies like habit stacking, small starts, and rewards, you can intentionally create habits that support your transformation. Chapter 6. The role of environment in transformation. What if your surroundings are quietly shaping your destiny without your consent? Your environment is a silent architect of your habits, behaviors, and ultimately your transformation. While it's easy to focus on willpower or motivation, the truth is that your surroundings play an equally significant role in shaping your daily actions. The objects, people, and spaces around you act as powerful cues, subtly nudging you toward success or steering you off course. Take a moment to assess your environment. Is it designed to support your goals or distract you from them? For instance, if you're trying to eat healthier but your pantry is filled with junk food, you're setting yourself up for unnecessary temptation. Conversely, a fruit bowl on the kitchen counter makes choosing a nutritious snack effortless. This principle, often referred to as choice architecture, involves arranging your environment in a way that encourages positive behaviors. Consider this: habits are often the product of convenience. If something is easy to do, you're more likely to do it. A clutter-free desk makes it easier to focus on work. A gym bag packed and placed by the door removes excuses for skipping exercise. Small adjustments to your environment can make a significant difference in your behavior. In addition to the physical space, your social environment also influences your transformation. You are the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with, a concept popularized by motivational speaker Jim Rohn. If your circle is filled with people who inspire, encourage, and challenge you, their energy will fuel your growth. On the other hand, negative influences can drain your motivation and reinforce limiting beliefs. For example, imagine you're trying to quit smoking. If your closest friends smoke regularly, their habits will make it harder for you to resist. Alternatively, if you join a group of non-smokers or support groups focused on quitting, you'll find it easier to align your behavior with your goal. Surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals creates a culture of accountability and shared purpose. One of the most effective ways to optimize your environment is to conduct an audit. Take inventory of your physical and social surroundings. Ask yourself, what in my environment supports my goals? What in my environment hinders my progress? What changes can I make to reduce friction for positive habits? Let's take the example of someone trying to improve their focus. During their audit, they might notice that their phone notifications constantly interrupt their workflow. By silencing notifications, using website blockers, or designating phone-free zones, they can create an environment conducive to deep work. Another crucial aspect of the environment is its ability to inspire. Surround yourself with reminders of your goals, vision boards, affirmations, or even a simple sticky note on your mirror. These visual cues keep your aspirations front and center, reinforcing your commitment daily. However, it's important to remember that no environment is perfect. There will always be external distractions or circumstances beyond your control. The key is to focus on what you can influence. Every small improvement to your surroundings compounds over time, making success more likely. Lastly, don't underestimate the power of creating rituals within your environment. If you always meditate in the same corner of your room or write in the same cozy chair, those spaces become associated with those activities. Over time, just being in that environment triggers the desired behavior, making it easier to stay consistent. Your environment shapes your habits more than you realize. By optimizing your physical and social surroundings, you create a supportive framework for transformation. Small changes, like rearranging spaces or choosing your company wisely, can lead to significant, lasting results. Chapter 7. Overcoming setbacks and staying consistent. Every setback is a setup for a comeback, if you know how to handle it. No transformation journey is without obstacles. Despite your best intentions, setbacks are inevitable. Perhaps life throws an unexpected challenge your way, or old habits resurface, derailing your progress. While setbacks can feel frustrating, they don't have to spell failure. Instead, they can become powerful opportunities for growth, if approached with the right mindset. The first step in overcoming setbacks is recognizing that they're part of the process. No one achieves success in a straight line. Progress often looks more like a winding road with detours and stops along the way. When you view setbacks as temporary rather than defining, you take away their power to derail your momentum. Let's consider Alex, who set a goal to wake up early every day to work on his side project. For the first 2 weeks, he succeeded. But then came a late night, and he hit snooze the following morning, and the next. Before he knew it, his new habit seemed to unravel. Feeling defeated, Alex considered giving up entirely. Sound familiar? What Alex and many of us fail to realize is that consistency isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up more often than not. Missing one or even a few days doesn't erase your progress. The key is to get back on track as quickly as possible. To bounce back from a setback, start by asking yourself what went wrong. Was it a lack of preparation? Unrealistic expectations? External circumstances? By identifying the root cause, you can address it and prevent a similar situation in the future. For Alex, he realized he needed a consistent bedtime routine to support his goal. Next, practice self-compassion. Many people fall into the trap of negative self-talk after a setback, berating themselves for not being disciplined or consistent enough. But this approach only deepens feelings of failure and makes it harder to start again. Instead, treat yourself with the kindness you would offer a friend. Remind yourself that setbacks are part of the journey and an opportunity to learn. Another powerful strategy is to focus on small wins. When you've veered off course, it's tempting to try to make up for lost time with grand gestures, like doubling your workload or committing to unrealistic schedules. This often leads to burnout. Instead, start small. If you've fallen behind on your workout routine, commit to a 10-minute walk instead of an hour-long session. Small actions rebuild momentum and confidence without overwhelming you. Accountability is also a crucial tool for staying consistent. Share your goals with someone you trust, a friend, family member, or mentor. Regular check-ins with an accountability partner can help you stay focused and motivated, even when you hit a rough patch. Lastly, visualize your long-term goals. Setbacks can make you lose sight of the bigger picture, making it easier to give up. Take a moment to revisit your why. Why did you start this journey? How will achieving your goals improve your life? Use that vision to reignite your determination and remind yourself of what's at stake. Remember, the journey to transformation is not about never falling. It's about rising every time you do. Each time you overcome a setback, you strengthen your resilience, build your confidence, and prove to yourself that you're capable of lasting change. Setbacks are not failures, they're lessons in disguise. By addressing their root causes, practicing self-compassion, and focusing on small wins, you can bounce back stronger and stay consistent on your transformation journey. Chapter 8. The magic of morning and evening routines. Your day is won or lost in the first and last hour. Are you setting yourself up for success? Mornings and evenings are the bookends of your day, and they hold extraordinary power to shape your mindset, productivity, and overall success. While most people let these moments slip by unnoticed, the truth is that intentionally crafting morning and evening routines can elevate your transformation journey to new heights. Let's start with mornings. The way you begin your day sets the tone for everything that follows. Imagine waking up, scrolling through social media, and rushing through the door feeling frazzled and unprepared. Contrast that with waking up intentionally, moving through a series of purposeful actions that energize you and align you with your goals. Which approach do you think leads to a more productive and fulfilling day? A strong morning routine doesn't have to be elaborate, but it should include activities that ground you, energize you, and prime you for the day ahead. Here are a few foundational elements to consider. 1. Wake up with intention. Set a specific time to wake up and stick to it, even on weekends. This creates consistency and gives you a sense of control. 2. Hydrate and nourish your body. Start your day with a glass of water to rehydrate after sleep, and consider a healthy breakfast to fuel your energy. 3. Move your body. Whether it's stretching, yoga, or a quick workout, physical activity boosts your mood and jumpstarts your metabolism. 4. Set your mind. Spend a few minutes meditating, journaling, or practicing gratitude. These activities clear mental clutter and focus your mind on positivity and intention. 5. Plan your day. Review your goals and create a to-do list. Prioritizing tasks ensures you approach your day with clarity and purpose. Consistency is key. Even a 15-minute morning routine practiced daily can create profound shifts in your mood and productivity. Now let's turn to evenings. While mornings prepare you for success, evenings are about reflection, winding down, and resetting for the next day. Too often, people let their evenings blur into distractions like endless Netflix binges or mindless scrolling. Instead, consider designing an evening routine that helps you recharge and sets you up for tomorrow. Here are some essential elements for an impactful evening routine. 1. Reflect on your day. Take a few moments to review your accomplishments and challenges. What went well? What could you improve tomorrow? This habit builds self-awareness and fosters a growth mindset. 2. Express gratitude. Write down 3 things you're grateful for. This practice shifts your focus to positivity and trains your mind to see the good in each day. 3. Plan for tomorrow. Prepare your workspace, set out your clothes, or write a quick outline of tomorrow's priorities. This reduces decision fatigue in the morning and gives you a head start. 4. Disconnect from screens. Limit screen time, at least an hour before bed. The blue light from devices disrupts your body's natural sleep cycle and can leave your mind overstimulated. 5. Establish a relaxing ritual. Read a book, sip herbal tea, or practice deep breathing. These calming activities signal to your brain that it's time to unwind and prepare for restful sleep. Both morning and evening routines create a sense of structure and intentionality in your day. But the magic lies in how these routines work together to build momentum. A successful evening routine primes you for a productive morning, and a strong morning routine sets the stage for a day of aligned action. For example, imagine starting your day by journaling about your goals and then ending it by reflecting on your progress. Over time, this practice not only keeps you focused but also reinforces the belief that you are capable of achieving what you set out to do. Mia, a busy entrepreneur, used to feel constantly overwhelmed and out of balance. She decided to overhaul her routines, starting with just 2 changes, spending 10 minutes in the morning reviewing her priorities and 10 minutes in the evening reflecting on her accomplishments. Within weeks, she noticed a significant improvement in her focus, stress levels, and productivity. The beauty of these routines is their flexibility. There's no one-size-fits-all approach. Experiment to find what works best for you. The key is consistency. Even if your routines evolve over time, maintaining a sense of intentionality in your mornings and evenings will anchor your transformation. Morning and evening routines are the cornerstone of intentional living. By starting your day with purpose and ending it with reflection, you create a cycle of productivity and growth that propels you toward your goals. Take control of your bookends and watch how your story transforms. Chapter 9. The Compound Effect. Seeing long-term results. What if 1 year from now, you could look back and barely recognize yourself for all the right reasons? Transformation is not an overnight phenomenon. The secret to success lies in the compound effect, the idea that small, consistent actions build upon each other over time to create massive, lasting results. Just as a single drop of water can carve a path through stone with enough persistence, your daily habits have the power to reshape your life. The compound effect works like this. Each positive action, no matter how small, contributes to a greater whole. At first, the results may seem negligible, even invisible. But as time goes on, those actions start to snowball, leading to exponential growth. Consider the story of Ethan, a young professional who wanted to pay off $20,000 in student debt. The number felt insurmountable, but Ethan committed to putting just $100 toward his debt every month. Initially, his progress seemed slow, barely noticeable against the total balance. But he stayed consistent, adding small extra payments whenever he could. Over a few years, his efforts compounded. With reduced interest and steady contributions, Ethan not only cleared his debt but also started saving for a down payment on his first home. This same principle applies to any area of life, whether it's improving your health, advancing your career, or nurturing your relationships. The challenge, however, is that the compound effect requires patience, a virtue often in short supply. One of the reasons people give up on their goals is the lack of immediate gratification. We live in a world of quick fixes where results are expected instantly, but transformation doesn't work that way. It's essential to embrace delayed gratification and trust the process, even when progress feels slow. To see the compound effect in action, track your habits over time. Keep a journal or use an app to log your daily actions, no matter how small. Over weeks and months, you'll begin to notice patterns and improvements that might otherwise go unnoticed. For example, tracking your water intake or steps walked daily can reveal how consistent effort improves your energy and fitness. Visualization is another tool to maintain motivation. Imagine the version of yourself 6 months or a year from now if you stick to your habits. How will you feel? What will you have accomplished? Keeping this vision in mind helps bridge the gap between your present actions and future results. It's also crucial to understand that the compound effect works both ways. Just as positive actions build up over time, so do negative ones. Skipping one workout, indulging in one unhealthy meal, or procrastinating on one important task may seem harmless. But when repeated, these small decisions accumulate, leading to undesirable outcomes. Awareness of this dual nature empowers you to make better choices consistently. To maximize the compound effect, focus on consistency rather than perfection. Life will inevitably throw curveballs, and there will be days when you slip up. What matters is getting back on track quickly and maintaining your overall momentum. Remember, it's not about the occasional indulgence or skip task, it's about the habits you practice most of the time. Lastly, celebrate milestones along the way. While the ultimate goal may be months or years down the road, acknowledging small victories keeps you motivated. Each milestone is a reminder that your efforts are paying off, reinforcing your commitment to the journey. The compound effect is a powerful force for transformation. Small, consistent actions may seem insignificant at first, but over time they create exponential growth. Trust the process, track your progress, and stay consistent to unlock the life-changing potential of your daily habits. Chapter 10. Becoming the architect of your destiny. Your future is a masterpiece waiting to be painted. Are you ready to pick up the brush? After learning about the power of small actions, the influence of habits, and the compound effect, you've built the foundation for a life of transformation. Now comes the ultimate realization. You are the architect of your destiny. Your choices, actions, and mindset determine the shape of your future, and the power to design it lies entirely in your hands. Being the architect of your destiny requires intentionality. Unlike a passive bystander waiting for life to happen, you actively shape your reality through the decisions you make every day. Think of your life as a grand structure. Without a plan, it's easy for that structure to become unstable, incomplete, or disjointed. But with a clear blueprint, every brick you lay aligns with your vision. To create this blueprint, start with your vision. What does your ideal life look like? Be specific. Visualize where you live, what you do, who you surround yourself with, and how you feel. Don't limit yourself based on current circumstances. Dream boldly. Write this vision down and let it serve as your guiding star. With your vision in place, set clear and actionable goals. Break them into smaller milestones and map out a timeline for achieving them. This step turns your aspirations into concrete plans, giving you a sense of direction and purpose. For example, If your vision includes financial independence, your goals might include creating a budget, saving a specific amount each month, or building a side hustle. As the architect of your destiny, adaptability is key. Life is unpredictable, and no blueprint is immune to change. When challenges arise, view them not as insurmountable obstacles, but as opportunities to adjust and innovate. Flexibility allows you to stay aligned with your long-term vision, even when the path takes unexpected turns. Self-reflection is another critical tool in your arsenal. Regularly review your progress and reassess your goals. Are your actions still aligned with your vision? Are there areas where you can improve or adjust? This ongoing process ensures that your efforts remain focused and meaningful. Importantly, remember that your internal world shapes your external reality. Cultivate a mindset of possibility and abundance. Replace self-doubt with self-belief, fear with courage, and stagnation with growth. Embrace the idea that you are capable of achieving greatness, no matter where you start. Being the architect of your destiny also means taking ownership of your life. Blaming external factors or waiting for perfect conditions only delays progress. Accepting responsibility empowers you to take action. Even in difficult circumstances, focus on what you can control. Each small step forward brings you closer to your goals. Consider the story of Clara, who grew up in challenging circumstances with limited opportunities. Instead of letting her environment define her, she chose to rewrite her narrative. Clara set a vision for herself, earning a degree, starting her own business, and giving back to her community. She broke her goals into manageable steps, sought mentorship, and consistently worked toward her dreams. Today, Clara is not only successful but also a source of inspiration for others. Her story is a testament to the power of intentionality and resilience. Finally, celebrate your progress. Every milestone, no matter how small, is a testament to your hard work and commitment. Recognize your achievements, reflect on how far you've come, and use that momentum to keep building. Your destiny is not predetermined, it's a creation. By setting a vision, creating a plan, and taking consistent action, you hold the power to design a life of purpose, fulfillment, and greatness. With intentionality and perseverance, you can become the architect of a future that reflects your highest aspirations. Take care and be well.